If you take one thing away from this video, it's going to be this chart right here. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Big Ziff here, and today we're going to be comparing the 3 different variations of the rerolls that we can do at AR5, AR7, and AR10. In patch 1.3, I'm going to be showing the total wishes, rewards, and the time to do each of them. So the first thing I'm going to go over is just the overall summary. If you take one thing away from this video, it's going to be this chart right here. If you want to see my summon sessions from the different runs I did, stick around to the end. You'll see that my most recent one today on an AR10 run that I did, I actually pulled D-Luke, so stick around if you want to see that. It's pretty cool. I found that AR5 is still by far the best overall, which is good because it requires the least amount of time. The average time was between 15 and 20 minutes with all the cutscenes. The total wishes that I was able to make each time was 16 total wishes, and I show the breakdown here. So we did 8 Acquaint Fates on Noel banner, 4 singles are left over, and then you get 2 from the Stardust Exchange. So the next one we're going to talk about is AR7. This is by far the worst one. Do not go to AR7. Either go AR5 or AR10. In my opinion, you should always go AR5, but AR7 is by far the worst because it takes 10 minutes longer on average than an AR5 run, and you only get 2 extra wishes. This was 1 extra Quaint Fate or Intertwined Fate from Stardust and 1 from Primo Gems. This one is by far the worst because you could almost complete 2 AR5 runs and get double the amount of wishes compared to just getting 2 more for an AR7 one. So do not do AR7. AR10, on the other hand, is kind of like a middle ground. It takes around 50 minutes to complete, 45, 50 minutes. The total wishes I got were 35, so I spent 2 10 pulls on Noel banner, so 16 Acquaint Fates. I had 6 Acquaint Fates left over. Got 6 intertwined from the Stardust Exchange. You can also do Acquaint here, and then 3 from Primo Gems. And now I'm going to play the summon sessions that I had. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a future AR10 run. I can do that. It'll be like 30 or 40 minutes long though if I remove all the cutscenes even, but I can do that if you guys are willing to watch that. But yeah, and now I'm just going to quickly talk about the pros and cons for each. So starting with the best one, AR5, you get more summons than AR10 for the same amount of time spent. So 3 AR5 runs, which is approximately 45 minutes, you get a total of 48 summons, whereas for AR10, you only got 35. The only real con is that it's the least number of summons in a single run, but still, if you don't get the character you want, you can just keep going over and over, and it's really easily repeatable. There's no, hard memorization parts to it. AR7, the only pro I listed here is that it has potential to be good if MiHoYo adds back certain rewards. So in the past, you were able to get 1600 Primo Gems once you reached AR7. If they add something like that again for some sort of celebration or award that they get, then this might end up being a really good run later on. But right now it's the worst because you get less number of summons than AR5 or AR10 per time spent. And then for AR10, the last one, you get more initial summons, which is a pro. You got 35 compared to 15 here, or 16. And like I said here, there's more chances of getting the desired characters you want all in one run. So the D-Luke one I'll show in just a minute. I got D-Luke and Beto and Noel, I think, and maybe one other character. So you could get more characters technically in a single run than if you were to just do an AR5 run and you just got D-Luke. But I mean, everyone's only rerolling just to get that 5-star. They don't really care about the 4 stars. But again, this is just kind of the pros and cons I made. So the main cons, obviously, it's the longest time. And this is a really big one. It requires attention to detail. So if you guys want, I can do an AR10 run guide later on. It'll be a really long video. But the problem with AR10 is there's a bunch of chests and Animalculus that you have to get consistently, and the time will be extended if you don't know what to do. So there's probably like 20-ish chests that you have to collect throughout the run, and if you miss any of them, you won't be AR10 by the end of the run. So it's definitely the hardest to memorize, like I put here. So for my final thoughts, I think that AR5 is by far the most efficient in terms of time, memorization, and repeatability. You also get the most number of wishes per time spent, which we already addressed. Number 2, again, don't do AR7 runs during patch 1.3. It's by far the worst one. You don't get good rewards for it at this point in time. And AR10 is a good middle ground if you're willing to learn the route, but 3 AR5 runs will still outperform 1 AR10 runs in terms of total wishes. Again, this is saying that 3 AR5 runs in 45 minutes, you'd get 48 summons, whereas 1 AR10 run, you're only getting 36 or 35. So it'd be 13 less wishes. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it from me. If you found this helpful or you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.